Hello viewers, so today we'll solve this integral from -1 to infinity e raised to minus absolute value of x, right? So let us start. So let us call this integral as I, right? So here we have the lower limit as -1 and upper limit as infinity. So if we plot these two limits, here we have minus infinity, here we have -1, here we have 0, and here we have plus infinity, right? So now let us first take the definition of absolute value function, right? So we know that mod of x is equal to plus x if x is greater than or equal to 0, right? And this is equal to minus x if x is less than 0. So here we have the limits from -1 to infinity. So what we see here, that when we take the interval from -1 to 0, then mod of x is equal to minus x, right? And when we take the interval from 0 to infinity, then here we'll have mod of x is equal to plus x, right? So when we go from -1 to 0, then we have mod x equal to minus x, and when we go from 0 to plus infinity, then we have mod of x is equal to plus x, right? So let us split this integral I into two integrals. So now we can write this integral I as a sum of two integrals. The first one is I1 and the second one is I2, right? So what is I1? So I1 is from -1 to 0, and we have e raised to minus, and because when we take the limits from -1 to 0, mod of x is equal to minus x, so here we'll have minus x, right? And here we have dx, then plus, then we'll integrate from 0 to infinity, and here we have e raised to minus mod x, so here we have minus simply plus x, right? And dx. So now we have to evaluate these two integrals. One is from -1 to 0, e raised to minus and minus becomes plus, so here we have simply positive x, dx plus 0 to infinity and e raised to minus x dx, right? So now we have two simple definite integrals to solve. So now let us first take this integral, right? So we have I1 is equal to -1 to 0 e raised to x dx. We know that the integral of e raised to x is e raised to x. Then we have the limits -1 to 0, and then we'll substitute the limits and we'll take the minus e raised to -1, right? Okay, so now we have e raised to 0 as 1, and this is 1 over e. So the value of this integral is 1 minus 1 over e, right? Now let us solve this integral. So here we have I2 is equal to 0 to infinity e raised to minus x dx. Now the integral of e raised to minus x is minus e raised to minus x, and the limits are from 0 to infinity, right? Now taking this negative sign outside, we have e raised to minus x, and the limits are from 0 to infinity. Now substituting the limits and taking the difference, we have e raised to minus infinity minus e raised to 0, and this is minus 1 over e raised to infinity minus 1, and e raised to infinity is infinity, or it is an infinite term, so we have minus 1 over infinity minus 1, and here we have 0 minus 1, right? So 1 over infinity is 0, so we have plus 1, right? So the value of this integral is plus 1. Now we have to find the value of I. So now I is I1 plus I2. So here we have 1 minus 1 over E plus 1. So we have 1 plus 1, that is 2 minus 1 over E, right? So the value of this integral is 2 minus 1 over E, right?